Hey guys, Lawton here with Verified Investing, back with another Pro Chart video. I hope you guys are doing well, and today we're going to be talking a little bit about cryptocurrency and where the market could be headed and could be ugly, just a preview. So let me go ahead and share my charts for you guys, and we'll just hop right into it. So taking a look at the most important cryptocurrency, it's Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin, guys, had this nice bear flag move down. And what if I told you that we could be putting in an additional bear flag and be looking to potentially head even lower? You see how beautifully these pivots down here connect with these pivots up here, creating a perfect bear flag down move sideways to consolidation, some nice upsloping trend lines, which we know favor a move lower. So what am I watching on Bitcoin? Well, I'm looking for resistance. Firstly, uh, up here around this top of this upsloping parallel channel, just because, and this is so important, guys, just because it's in a bearish pattern doesn't mean that it has to go down right away. It actually has a little room to run. So it wouldn't surprise me if Bitcoin could get up to that $80,000 level before pulling back. That's a 7% move up. That's nothing to scoff at. But should price get up into there, I anticipate a pullback. You might see some consolidation or some, bounces around that midline, but then look out below, right? Nice down upsloping trend line here. A break of that would be around that 70,000 level. And for those of you who are maybe just getting into this or not too familiar or wondering why is 70,000 so important? Well, historically, 70,000, that's 69,000 was the lowest level that Bitcoin, or the highest point, that Bitcoin got to for quite a few years before pushing through more recently, right? We're a far cry away from Bitcoin's highs around 125 when everyone was saying, this is going to 250K, this is going to 200K. Well, for me, I just read the charts, and for me, this looks like a stair-step pattern. And what does that look like? Down move, sideways consolidation, down move, sideways consolidation. I would not be surprised if we saw an additional down move and more sideways consolidation, but we could be headed up in the near term. I stay flexible either way, regardless. The next stock or crypto I'm going to talk about is Ethereum. And Ethereum, if you'll take a look, it's kind of similar, right? Because Bitcoin is the leader, right, you're going to see a lot of the other cryptocurrencies kind of follow suit. Um, Ethereum is the little brother of Bitcoin, also trading in this same kind of bearish pattern. Right, so the top level of resistance is going to be around $2,500. That's where it hit the top of this parallel, likely around $2,500. Anticipate a pullback, and then maybe a fall down to that $2,000 level. If $2,000 breaks, particularly if this 1750 level can break here in Ethereum, I think we have a little bit of a ways to go. Could see a low move back down to basically a year ago, the Liberation Day lows, about 20% lower if we were to break that level. But of course, we need a kind of overall market pullback to see a pullback of that nature. I didn't quite explain it on Bitcoin, but I'm going to explain it here on Ethereum. The way you can play these kind of upsloping parallel channels is to short either at the top of the parallel, at the break of the parallel, or let's say it breaks, retraces, and starts to head lower, shorting opportunity right there on that retrace to the bottom of that parallel channel. Bottom of that parallel channel. Next up, we have XRP. XRP is also putting in kind of a bearish pattern, although it's a little different because it doesn't have that previous stair-stepper pattern where it has this kind of parallel uptrend. You can, even if it's not a perfect parallel channel, right, you could just use it to demonstrate the trend, the general trend of the commodity stock, whatever you're looking at. So that's why I love parallels. They kind of just, help me figure out what direction is this going in. So while we don't have a perfect parallel there, we are putting in a nice wedge pattern, right? And wedge patterns are different from parallels in that they could break in either direction. And because we have this nice downsloping trend line, if we break above it, right, unlike Bitcoin and Ethereum, say we get a push up $1.55, right, we could see a move higher, maybe a move at least 10 to 15% higher here on XRP. However, same as Bitcoin, same as Ethereum, should we break this lower trend line, well, guys, look out below because it could get gnarly. Could get gnarly there on XRP. Same thing with wedge patterns and parallel channels. You can enter on a break or a retrace to the upside or the downside, whichever. You can short on as it's the third hit of this downsloping trend line. So it does favor a pullback and does not favor a breakout. Right? And then you can always stop out and flip long on a breakout. So there's so many ways that you can kind of maneuver through these different patterns, which is really awesome. Next thing I'm going to be talking a little bit about is Pengu. And Pengu, Pudgy Penguins, kind of a meme coin. However, they have broken into they've expanded into a couple other markets than just being a little meme coin based around penguins. They sell products and they've kind of mobilized their IP to be in like Target. I've seen them in Target and Walmart selling plushies and kids' toys. But anyways, Pudgy Penguins kind of follows the Bitcoin Ethereum kind of trend. That nice upsloping parallel channel favors a move down. For me, resistance up here around 0.87, right? 87 to like 0.9, 0.009, right? And when you get to these small denominations, it's hard for me. I don't even know what it's called, less than a penny, right? And if you come down here, you're looking at 0.6 pennies, 0.6 cents for potential support, right? Let's say it goes like this. You could play it for a bounce here, look for a move to the midline, or if it breaks, looking for a retrace and then a move lower on Pudgy Penguins. And I say this kind of lightly, my favorite thing about Liberation Day, as scary as it was, guys, is it gives us amazing technical levels for bounces. So around, and any cryptocurrency chart you look at, XRP, we'll go back to XRP. We have the Liberation Day lows. We're over here. Actually, we're below the Liberation Day lows on XRP. On Ethereum, we have Liberation Day lows here around 1380. On Bitcoin, you have Liberation Day lows that we're actually trading at basically right now, but we did go below. We have other levels, but it could provide a great level for support, whether you're trading stocks, commodities, cryptocurrency, anything that you can think of. Those Liberation Day lows really provide a great level of support. So for me on Pengu, I think favors a move lower, could enter a short on a break, and then look for support around this Liberation Day lows. All right. With that being said, guys, that's all I have for you today for this cryptocurrency video. Thank you so much for watching and being a member of the verified investing community. It really means a lot to us here. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Be careful out there. It's a wild landscape right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.